Morning. It is bright and early. I'm a little bit late this morning, just because I was doing something on LinkedIn for a client and I got sidetracked. So, are we all okay? Everybody having a good week so far? It looks like I'm live, which is brilliant. Everything's pinging. So, good morning, everybody. I wanted to talk briefly this morning about building a community versus followers because I'm sure you have felt the frustration at some point. At some point, I'm just going to mute my audio so I don't end up hearing myself. At some point, you will have faced that whole dilemma of why should I get more followers? What's the right thing to do? And last night, I shared this kind of on my feed last night is a personal branding worksheet just to help you get clarity on how you build your personal brand. And it was absolutely rammed with questions. We had about 500 people on, which was crazy. And when I was talking, a lot of people were saying, "What about follower building?" And I didn't really get to cover it because it was just so hectic, and the chat was very busy. So I thought I'll cover it this morning about what do you actually want. And we talked about it a little bit of going, okay, if you want to build a brand, if you want to build your personal brand, if you want to build your business brand, if you want to get your message out there, there's this like mass pursuit for followers. And it's very addictive to go, I need followers, 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 followers. But it doesn't actually help you in the long run because what ends up doing is you end up appealing to people who'll give you likes, comments, and follow. And that can be like a slippery slope. You can kind of drink the Kool-Aid on that and just go nuts. And you find yourself doing crazy stuff to get followers and engagement and all that stuff. It's far better. It's far better if you decide what you're going to do is I'm going to build my own brand with my unique personality, and I'm going to go deep and build a small community of let's say 25 people. Set yourself a goal of say 25 people. Build that group of people because most people on social media, your account, my account, all of that stuff, we are 25 to 50 people away from building a massive brand. 25 to 50 people. Why is that? Well, imagine if you'd mobilize 25 to 50 people who absolutely loved what you do, became almost mini fans. I know that's not a very businessy word, but they love what you do. They get value from what you do. They connect with you as a human being as well, which is important. Business is not just about transactions. And if you think that, you're mad. But if you got that 25 to 50 people as a really core group, now, of course, you'll have other people, but if you went deep to build that 25 to 50 people, what would that do to your content on social media? What would that do to your personal brand? What would that do to your reach across platforms? What would that do for your business? Well, people go, I don't really know. 25 sounds boring, sounds depressing, not very exciting. Because we're looking for numbers, but numbers mean nothing if there's no substance behind them. So what happens is usually we compromise and go big numbers, not much depth, or decent small numbers, but really deep, really valuable connections and relationships. And then because of that, they like, they comment, they share, they do all of that fun stuff that gets you in front of those thousands of people. Sometimes what happens is we do it the other way around. Get the thousands of people and hope for the best that some of those will become fans. That's one way to look at it. But if you're a small business, you can spend a lot of time trying to get those thousands of people. Instead, try and get the 25. I guess it's the difference between building followers and building fans. And I know that's not a very businessy word, but that's the case. If people really value what you do, there's people whose books I'll buy just because they've published a book, because I value their insight. There's people whose YouTube videos I watch just because I value what they have to say. Focus on building that with 25 people. They'll give you all the traction. It's a great thing about social media is if you've got a core group of people who love what you do, then they will be the amplifier for you. They will amplify your message in front of more of the right people. Instead, we do it the other way around. So I said it I've just done a TikTok video, and I said, if you're not 20 something, the ability to dance, 6-pack abs, and, can navigate around all of the tech and do all of that stuff, you've got to go on substance. You've got to go on substance and going deep in relationships with people. That's really, really important. So if you're sat here going, what do I do to build that message out, build my brand out, build my business? You actually need that core group of fans. And that is really the most critical thing, because they will be the amplifiers of what you do. They will amplify your brand. They'll amplify your message across everything. So I'd really encourage you, build and amplify your message by going deep with a small group of people. Add a ton of value into some people's worlds and watch what happens. It will change the way you do business. Instead of thinking about how do I get the next 10,000 people, how do I get the 25, because they'll give you the crowd that you need. Core group of fans will give you the traction, the visibility, the platform to be able to share your thoughts, your insights, build your brand, acquire new business. I honestly have seen so many companies who focus on numbers without substance, and it's the wrong thing. Numbers with substance, great, but that starts by going deep with a small group of people. Watch it. So here's some tips. If you've got a following on any platform, doesn't matter which one it is, go and engage and build a tighter connection with like 5 to 10 people first. 5 to 10 people. Go and support their content. Go and engage with them. Don't spam them. Go and engage with them, interact with them, and watch what happens. They reciprocate. Go and put on a little group call and give people a ton of free support and free value and free advice. A Zoom call, and invite some people. If it's 5 people, 10 people, and give them tons of free stuff. Over deliver for them. So they're so grateful. They really appreciate you. It doesn't matter whether they buy or not. It's irrelevant. You want this core group of fans who absolutely love what you do, because they will be your amplifier. They will project you out to the world. And as you go down that road, they will be, it's a weird way to put it, but when you're starting out in the music industry, for an example, or in TV, you need some advocates. You need some people who will be your groupies, and they help you get your core band together. They get you your first couple of gigs. I know that sounds a really silly way of putting it, but it's true. And they really create the buzz and the energy around you. And then you go forward. And more people. But you will always have this core group of people who, were there at the beginning, kind of thing. And that's the real thing. You never forget those core group of people at the beginning who engage with your stuff, interact with you. You can probably, I can remember a lot of their names of the first few people, and still talk to those first few people as well. So think of it. I know it's a cheesy and non-business way to think about it, but think about you building a fan base, a group of roadies. Go and engage with them, massively over deliver value for them, so that they really appreciate what you do, and watch them amplify your brand for you, amplify your message for you, and become your biggest champions across social media. Interestingly, in most scenarios on social media, you are about 25 people away in terms of engagement, 25 people away from your account blowing up, 25 people who really love what you do, engage with it, comment on it, really meaningfully comment on it, really support you. You're about 25 people away from your account blowing up. That's, I'm not saying you're going to become a megastar and influencer and all that stuff, but for you having a very profitable social media, you're 25 fans away. So focus on building those fans, massively over deliver for them, and watch what happens. Promise you, it will be game changing. I love that phrase, but it will be game changing for you if you can do that. Absolutely game changing. So I'm going to do a short and sweet. It's 10 minutes today. I hope this has been helpful. Go find and build those 25 fans. 25 fans away from being revenue positive on social media, any social channel. So good morning. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Dean's strategy helped me find clients. I created clients for my business with this program. It works.
My connections have grown, my reach has grown, my views have grown, and actually so has my business revenue. Over that 3-month period, I have actually signed up 3 new clients at a cost of £50,000. That's over just the 3-month period. So it's worth it.
Every single time there's a session, I just feel like it's just a golden moment. Every single session brings me something really new and really valuable, and I've started to attract high value client sales, which is wonderful, and it's really given our business a boost.
Dean Seddon and the Maverick team, what can I say? Apart from absolutely awesome.
The results have been amazing. We have had loads of incoming leads coming into our lead funnels and workflow processes on our website, and we've also built a really successful community around the content that we produce and push out into our LinkedIn channels. My team has also learned a lot from working with the team at Maverick, and they've also helped us really create fantastic events on LinkedIn.
I'm much more confident, and all of that, without a shadow of a doubt, is down to the work and the training and support I've had from Dean and the rest of his team as part of the Accelerator course.
In terms of the training, Maverick have been absolutely fantastic. They've been so supportive. They've talked me through all the stages of what you have to do, why you have to do it, the benefits of doing it the way they tell us to do it. And I've gone from being with no social media to being actually addicted, because I can see what this can do for lead generation, generating new business. It's just been incredible, and Maverick have been superb throughout the whole process.
The guys at Maverick, they've been great. Dean and his team, very knowledgeable, wealth of experience, and we've had quite a few one-to-ones now that really taught us the depths, the nooks and crannies of LinkedIn, which none of us would have known before, and I think we can continue to use that going forward, and it's been great so far, and I hope to continue to use it as well.